Opa Racers, veniros conmigo porque tengo uno de esos vídeos que os encantan. Aprovechando que estamos en la Copa del Mundo de Mountain Bike de Andorra, vamos a pasar todo un día completo dentro del KMC Mountain Bike Racing Team. No es un equipo cualquiera, no es de los más grandes, pero ya os digo que no es un equipo cualquiera porque es el equipo de Bart Brengens, quien fue el primer campeón olímpico de la historia del mountain bike en Atlanta de 96. Y es un equipo curioso porque, aparte de tener una estructura enorme, como podéis ver, y vamos a entrar al camión y vamos a husmear en los cajones y Bart nos va a explicar todo cómo lo tiene organizado. Es un equipo que funciona de manera muy familiar y bueno, qué mejor que entrar aquí dentro y conocerlo desde el principio, así que veniros, os vamos a explicar todo. Bart, show us your team.
Yes,
the truck, everything.
Yeah, actually, this is the main, the big truck. So we built the whole tent to it. If we are here on location, most of the time it's around 5 days before the race. So we stay here for 5 days, and then we have everything available. So this side it's more for, let's say, the nutrition and also for guests.
Okay.
We have a coffee bar. We have this corner here. It's for the riders to have lunch together, dinner together. Here we have a small setup for guests also to invite and for some drinks.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go to this side, actually, this area we use for the warm-up for the trainers. Now it's very warm inside, so you can't imagine that you have to do your warm-up, but the riders, they do. So this is for the training, and then we go more to the right. That's all the technical part. So if two mechanics working on the bikes. There's the bike rack. So the main entrance is in front, but the main entrance for the riders with the bikes, it's from the back, because as you understand, they always come in with dirty bikes and dirty shoes. So then we keep it a little bit more clean here on this side. And also for the mechanics, it's easier to get in and out. And you can have a look here. You see the back of the truck. This we will use for the storage. So we have spare wheels, we have spare parts from everything, from tires to cranksets, chains. And also,
can we have a look?
Come have a look inside. So we go inside here. So we on the attic there's a little bit more like even spare frames. We have also the compressor. So they have high pressure air outside to cleaning the bikes, to refill the tires. But like here, it's I mean, this is all with spare parts. Yeah, some tools. But I mean, also on top, it has everything a bike needs to have. The tires are more on top, and now we have another mobile spare parts box, which we can use also for smaller races. Then this goes out. So this is actually the second backup, which you don't need, but we have it now inside, because sometimes you need the very little spare parts, and they are all sorted in here.
So you have plan A, B, C, just in case?
Yeah, I mean, for the World Cups we use this setup, so the big truck with the tent, and we can invite everyone we like to invite. But for the smaller races, like the horse category races or the Swiss races, or we did Banyoles, for example, then we come in with a smaller setup with just the easy up tents, and then we have this box with us for the spare parts. But also work tables are in here, and later everything what's outside can be inside and has to be inside as well if we are traveling.
Okay.
But come further, because washing machine here, dryer. And then we have some nutrition here, bottles. We need a lot of bottles, especially also cooling bottles, nutrition bottles, a lot of these things. But this is also my home. I'm sleeping here too. That's my bed. This is the bed from the mechanic. We have like the shower, it's here, so small one, but also riders use this after their races, and also sometimes after their training, and then they join us here for the lunch. So we have every opportunity. What's in here? More this way.
Sorry.
This is our living, we call it. So It's air conditioned now, so there's a nice temperature, but also it's a nice office to work, especially for editing now, for the videographer, for the photographer. And this is the kitchen over here. So we have everything. This is like the fridge, fully packed with nutrition. But also, here on this side, I mean, it's completely full with, from pasta, rice, all the ingredients. But so we can easily cook here for about 15 people, and that's what we do also for lunch and dinner.
Very nice. Very nice. It looks more familiar than other teams.
It's also like
still
a
very,
big
very
family.
well organized.
Yes. That's also we are working together, and I'm very sensitive for a good atmosphere with all these people, how they work together. And that's also what we like to see, that everybody's happy and to perform in a good environment.
Mm-hmm. Because is it difficult to get? How many are you in the team?
We have 5 different nationalities.
Yes.
So it's Norway, the Ukraine, Estonia, Latvia, and the Netherlands. So there we have a lot of different nationalities, but also a lot of different people. We have women and we have men, younger riders and elder people as well. So and they all have to work together.
So is it difficult to get along, or?
Not really. I think it goes automatically. We do always in the beginning of the year like a team camp where we take care about these things, and we do also some things together to create a good team spirit. And we say we do have the same direction for everyone, and that's actually at the end a good performance at the end of all the races we would like to see.
Nice. Well, what do you think, Aida, about this track?
I'm really impressed because it's like a home. It's like a,
it's like a home.
It's like a house. I mean,
Yeah,
you've got
yeah.
everything. Fridge. I'm shocked with the washing machine. My God.
No, I mean it's now many of the riders are staying in a hotel. They don't provide washing opportunities.
Yeah.
We have also a small apartment at the bottom actually, but I don't know if there's a washing machine in it. At least we always have it with us, and it's so easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's so easy, and you can see as well. It was running now, so it will be used by the riders every day.
Yeah. And I really like that all the spaces are very separated. I mean, this is the place where you sleep. This is the place where
It is,
where
yes.
you
And
work
I mean,
and
also
share.
we can. I mean, if you close the door,
You forget about.
It says private.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels already completely different. But
That's it.
normally everything is open. But if you close it, even people they can lay down there for relax and stay on their own
While you are
and
here
prepare themselves.
working,
Yes, it's
Yeah.
like that.
That
So
really likes me. Yeah,
okay, cool.
very nice.
Vamos a conocer ahora algunos detalles de la bicicleta de Martins Blums. Obviamente tenemos una Ridley Raft. Según nos comenta el mecánico, él utiliza el 100% de las ocasiones en la Copa del Mundo la bicicleta de doble suspensión. Podría configurarla en 120 o en 100 porque esta plataforma lo permite. Sin embargo, Martins siempre quiere andar con el 100, menos de momento. Temas curiosos, por ejemplo, esta bicicleta permite llevar hasta 5 anclajes diferentes en la barra diagonal. Martins lleva, digamos, los dos intermedios. Podría todavía llevar el bidón más abajo para bajar el centro de gravedad, pero al final es que esta gente casi no lleva líquido en los bidones porque van sobreviviendo con lo que le dan en el área de técnica, así que bueno, lo que prefiere es tenerlo más a mano, más arriba de la bicicleta, vamos a decirlo así. Detalles del montaje, pues llevamos unas bielas rotor mecanizadas, llevamos una transmisión RAM, en este caso es el antiguo inalámbrico Access, tenemos ruedas de 30 milímetros de ancho interno, las DT Swiss 1200, siempre lleva neumáticos 240. Según nos dicen, la mayoría de ocasiones en la rueda trasera suelen llevar la nube ultraligera que tiene Vittoria, seguramente una de las más competitivas que hay en el mercado. Tija telescópica, en este caso pues, poco recorrido aquí, ahora no sabría deciros con exactitud, pero vamos, unos 80-60 milímetros de recorrido para esta tija telescópica. Y bueno, algún detallito interesante, como por ejemplo el cableado interno. Fijaros que le han girado la pieza de la dirección para que los cables entren de una manera más redondeada dentro del cuadro, ¿vale? Esto normalmente cuando vienen las bicicletas de serie, este agujerito viene justo debajo de la potencia y seguramente fuerce un poco más los cables. Potencia y manillar FSA y frenos Magura con un detalle de campeón, y es que lleva las banderas de la nacionalidad y el nombre Martins y aquí Blums. ¿Vale? Para gestionar todas estas cuestiones, pues tiene un triple mando de DT Swiss, porque no hay que olvidar que esta bicicleta lleva suspensiones DT Swiss con apertura del bloqueo, posición intermedia, ¿vale? Y volvemos ahí a la posición inicial y, por supuesto, la gestión de la tija telescópica. Y bueno, otro detalle que a mí me parece interesante es que lleva los frenos Magura con dos pistones. Quieras que no, estamos hablando de una bicicleta moderna, con geometrías modernas y demás, pero un corredor que dentro de esta modernidad sigue prefiriendo llevar 100 milímetros de recorrido y pinzas de 2 pistones como hasta hace poco la mayoría de bikers querían. Ya sabéis que ahora la tendencia quizá va más por el 120 y los 4 pistones. Bueno, ¿qué os parece? Los colores son... La verdad es que los colores del equipo y de las bicicletas a mí personalmente me parecen muy atractivos. No sé qué os parece a vosotros, dejádmelo en comentarios. Name and surname?
Martins Blums,
Jana Belomoina,
Nationality?
Latvian,
Ukrainian,
Age?
27,
30,
Height?
182,
164,
Weight?
73,
45, 46,
Minimum heart rate?
around 40,
38.
Okay. Maximum heart rate?
195,
Maximum 188.
FTP in watts in last test?
above 400,
Yeah, around 220.
Training volume per week in a maximum volume week and in a regular week?
average 20 to 24 hours, maximum 35,
Yeah, maximum it's around 22, 23 hours, and minimum, yeah, like 13.
Sleeping hours per day average?
8 hours.
Try to have about 8 hours.
Other hobby apart from the bike?
Cross-country skiing, table tennis, maybe golf, sometimes skiing, like alpine skiing. I mean, I could, yeah, maybe I have to think a bit, then I could say some more.
Always sports.
yeah, it's around the sports. Okay, it's also coffee.
Okay.
That's also kind of hobby to make espressos, latte, filter coffee.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm into that.
Nice.
I'm like cooking.
Okay, and how does it feel to be in a short track World Cup podium?
It's actually amazing. It was really hard to believe that, but I knew I worked a lot and it should come at some point. That there's your day, that everything comes together, and then there's podium. Yeah.
You're getting closer and closer on regular races also to the podium.
Yeah, I try to be just more consistent, so get consistent results through the season. So I think it's kind of better way on the way to top 10 instead of just being there at just one race in the season.
Okay, now I have a kind of personal question for you because you are Ukrainian and of course there's a war, a conflict in your country. How do you deal with that? Is it like an extra motivation for you on competition?
First, of course, it is hard and painful. Yeah, it affects so much, like especially on your preparation. Like, of course, now it's you have extra motivation, but you must to deal and you must to work on that is happening in Ukraine, and it's always in your heart. It's always in your brain because everyone from my family, all my friends, they live and they stay in Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
So it is always painful, yeah, because you must to follow the news every day, and but my job is to be professional athlete, and of course I'm trying to be strong, and I'm trying to show the strong result, and just to show that Ukrainian are strong people, and just with believing and hope that we will win this war, and it is stop as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Bueno, aquí estáis viendo una de las cosas que hoy en día es imprescindible en un equipo profesional, que es la comunicación. Tienen esta chica en concreto, es su propia encargada de crear contenido y divulgarlo en redes sociales. Hoy en día no hay manera de encontrar un sponsor si no tienes esto dentro del equipo, y aunque parezca mentira, esto en algunos equipos ha costado entender porque es que no, bueno, pues hay que comunicar, ¿no? Y los bikers hasta ahora lo único que se exigía era rendimiento y ahora pues jefe de equipo, corredores, todo el mundo tiene que estar predispuesto a hablar, a que le graben cómo se prepara un café, a cualquier cosa, ¿no? Así que ya es un esencial más del día a día de cualquier equipo profesional. ¿Veis justo lo que hablábamos? Está Martins, uno de los corredores, hablando ahora mismo en una entrevista para Discovery. A su vez, la creadora de contenido del equipo está grabando para ellos mismos y en cuanto acabe con ellos les toca entrevista con nosotros. Así que hoy en día los corredores casi que pasan más tiempo hablando que pedaleando, ¿eh? Aquí estamos ahora con Mate, que es el mecánico oficial del KMC. How are you?
Good.
Vamos a aprovechar para preguntarle sobre todo por el setup. ¿Cómo consiguen el setup perfecto para cada circuito? Y según me ha comentado, mucho tiene que ver la telemetría. So, Mate, explain to us, please, in a way that everyone can understand. How do you work with telemetry and this machinery to understand what is the best setup for each circuit in the World Cup?
Yeah, it's a bit complex work, but when you in, then it's easy. But definitely it's not easy. But in short way, we put all that stuff on the bike. Like this one goes on the fork.
Okay.
This is for the shock. This is GPS. This is the I don't know how to explain in English.
Well, yeah, data.
Data equalizer, right, or something. And then riders make 1 or 2 laps on the course, and then I transfer all data to my computer.
Mhm.
There is specific application for that, and then I can see all movements on the course, like speed, the movements on the fork of the shock, balance of the bike, and just everything
Mhm.
what you need for best setup.
Okay, and then you translate these numbers to the fork.
Yes, and then when I saw the results, and then I have to think a little bit what we can improve, like with air pressure, or we have to rebuild all fork with some special oil, special shim stack settings. It's the same for the shock, but it's the most important is to make well balanced bike, but because every course is different.
Mhm.
Because here is here in Andorra, it's a really rough course. It's a lot of rocks and roots, and I think for that course the bike and suspension must be really perfect, because if it's not, then I think the rider can be more tired in
Mhm.
the downhill section. Here is also altitude. We have to do everything what we can to make a soft bike, but not too much soft, because we need to keep the speed over the corners and everything. But yeah, it's a bit complex work, but I like it.
Okay, so from circuit to circuit, the bike can look exactly the same from outside, but
Yes.
the setup,
Everything different, yeah.
everything different. Not just the pressure, but also
Not just the
oils.
pressure, yeah. That's the easiest way to put some tokens and remove tokens and reduce or increase the pressure. But the more complex work is with the damper,
Mhm.
with oil, with shim stack, and that's play a big role.
Okay, so the really rough,
Yep.
full suspension is the platform that your bikers are using most of the races.
Yes, most of the races we use full suspension bike. But
80%.
for men's it's 100%.
100%
Yes,
of the
for
races.
men's. For women's, they combine hardtail and full suspension. It depends on the course.
Okay, the Raft is a platform that can support 100 millimeters or 120.
Yeah, it can be 100 and 120.
Which one are normally using the most?
Martins ride 100,
Mhm.
but we have one rider. He rides 120.
Okay, and let's get Martins as an example.
Yes,
Do you know how much he's weighing?
72.
72 kilos.
72. Yeah.
Okay, so can you give us some data, specific data about the
It's
setup
like
for the AMO, for the
we don't know yet for Andorra, but
Okay.
from previous setups, it's most time like 3 or 4 tokens in the fork with 75 psi pressure in the fork and 135 psi in the shock.
For 100 millimeters.
Yes, 100 millimeters, and his suspension setup is really specific because we do some prototyping with DT Swiss, and we are testing that, but it's not stock. You can buy it, but it's different oil inside, different shim stack, so completely different cartridge.
Okay. And what about tires? Width?
2.4.
Okay.
With pressure, depends of the course, it's 1.25 in the front and maybe 1.32, 35 in the rear. We use airliner from Vittoria insert.
Both of the wheels?
No, just on the rear,
Okay.
most of the time, on
Okay.
the rear wheel.
Okay. And the chain ring?
Chain ring most of the time is 36.
36.
Yes.
Okay. Tenemos el gran privilegio de contar con Bart Breygens, quien fue el primer campeón olímpico de la historia del mountain bike y bueno, es el jefe de equipo, la persona detrás de la organización de toda esta institución. Vamos a hacerle 4 preguntas, a ver qué tal. Hi Bart, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
What a pleasure to interview you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay Bart, so you were the first Olympic mountain bike champion back in Atlanta in '86, world champion, European champion, and now race commentator. You manage your own team and you still have time to win the Cape Epic this year in the Grand Master category. You really are a busy person.
Yes, I am. Yes, a lot of things to do, but if you do it the right way and you have a lot of more people around you, then it's possible to do. I mean, running the team, it's a big job. And that's also my main profession actually. But on the other hand, I still like to ride my bike. I mean, Cape Epic, it's my biggest goal every year, like my sportive biggest goal every year. I like to go riding every day with the mechanics when we are at the venues, these things as well. But also at home, I feel much better if I'm riding my bike. So yeah, in many ways, I'm a very busy person, but yeah, it's hard for me to sit down and do nothing.
I understand. Okay, so you created your own team a long time ago. Now we see other riders creating similar structures before they retire, like Absalon, Coloma, now Enrique Bancini.
Yeah, there are more. Ralph Neff, Thomas Friesknecht. It looks like Enrique Avancini, who decided to retire as well. Probably start with his own team as well. So yeah, a lot of like the old legends are coming and staying in the sport.
Yes. So I guess they are trying to keep in the loop once they retire and keep their legacy alive. So the question is, what can the presence of a prestigious former rider like you, like these riders, bring to a professional team like this?
Yeah, a little bit of experience, what you have as a rider. Then you know what's important for the riders to perform. On the other hand, I think all these team members also like to be part of the scene of the mountain bike scene. They had a good time probably in the scene, and they like to stay in it. And they also see the challenge running a team, and actually being a rider. Then you have to create also the best conditions around you with a good material, a good race schedule, good training. And that's actually, the team is almost similar. I mean, it's just more people and it's bigger. But if you are doing these things, you feel almost like a rider. Also, if the results are there, it feels a little bit of your own victory. And I think that makes it almost similar as being like a professional and staying in the sport and see the nice results of the riders and the legacy what you can give.
Is it probably easier to attract some sponsors when a big name is around?
At least if you have been in the sport for a long time, as I did, and having some great results in the Netherlands. I'm a famous person. with an Olympic title, the gold medal. It makes it easier, definitely. Yeah. You open doors easily, but still you have to work hard because actually your riders, the budget is based off the riders you have and the performance they do.
Okay. As a biker, do you like the kind of cross-country circuits that were back in the 90s, or do you prefer the ultra-technical sections that we have today?
I mean, for me now, as a rider, it's almost impossible to ride the World Cup courses as they are right now. They are very technical, they have some big drops, some very steep descents, rocky descents. So for me it's too dangerous actually to ride it, and also I know I have to be healthy and fit and have to do my work. So I like to ride my bike, but still on the trails as well. And some parts of the course they are still nice to ride for me, but I don't like to risk too much to injure myself, because that's not worth being at the World Cups and try to prove myself. I mean it's not necessary anymore. But I have a lot of respect how the races are at the moment. Very technical, also for the women. Sometimes it's not easy at all. We have a technical trainer also to support these riders with that. But also for the men, it's many times on the limit, and the limit gets a little bit higher all the time, which makes it very attractive for TV. And it's a great sport, and I like the courses how they are right now. Also here in Andorra again. It's a beautiful course, it's very natural. They just used the nature to create the course, and that's actually what I more like than everything handmade, built. But yeah, sometimes the area doesn't provide these beautiful sections as we have here in Andorra, so sometimes they have to build the obstacles.
Okay. Do you agree when nowadays some people say that gravel is exactly the same or similar to what mountain bike was, or cross-country mountain bike was back in last 80s, early 90s?
Yeah, I agree a little bit with that. Of course, the drop bar by the road, what a gravel bike has, that's maybe the biggest difference.
But we had John Tomac doing similar kind of things.
John Tomac, I remember in Houffalize in the World Cup, he was using the drop bars already back in these days. It looks like more like the same, and also gravel now it's not technical at all. Of course, probably they will talk about technical courses as well when there's more trails involved, or like steeper uphills and downhills, or more gravel or bigger rocks. But maybe gravel it's very easy, so not technical at all. And then we have the old school mountain bike courses, which it's a mix of between gravel and the races we have right now. And then we have the World Cup courses, the Olympic courses right now, which are very technical. But you can compare it a little bit, like I call it as well, the old school mountain biking is almost similar like the gravel we had like 30 years ago. It's true, yeah, that's how it is.
Okay, so no offense.
Sorry?
No offense.
No.
From a mountain biker point of view.
No, not at all. No, I like gravel too. Yes, it's a nice sport.
Okay, thank you, Bart. Bueno, por favor, ¿qué os ha parecido el vídeo? Dejadme en comentarios qué ha sido la cosa que más os ha sorprendido del KMC Mountain Bike Racing Team. Si hay algún setup de las bicicletas Ridley que os ha sorprendido, que os ha explotado la cabeza. Y sobre todo, darle un like muy grande al vídeo, compartirlo con todos vuestros amigos aficionados al mountain bike. Y no olvidéis suscribiros porque nos vemos próximamente. Van a haber más y más y más. Seguro que os van a encantar. Venga, chao.